We should call this episode Jewels and Gems. Emeralds of the Sea.
I like that.
And you don't know what Emeralds of the Sea is yet, but you're going to find out soon. You're going to be a virgin. You're going to figure it out. Don't worry about it.
We're going to take you Epstein Island.
Yeah, Epstein. I mean, we're going to take you around it. You don't have to go on. Epstein's gone.
We ain't going to show you his stamping ground.
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast, I'm so fast. And when I get that money, I'ma make that last. Caribbean currency, we make that money last. We make it last. I just need a big bag, I'ma get it fast, get it fast, get it fast. I just need a big bag. I just need a big bag.
So pretty much, man, we here to talk to you guys. I have the conversation, really and truly, about spending. And I mean, we can't be in a space where we want more. We want to do more, but yet we spending and we're not adjusting our bad spending habits. So you have to identify them spending habits. You know what I mean? We can't be wanting and having goals and aspirations, but we're not willing to stay down long enough so we could come up. Right? So that has a lot to do with your spending.
And we ain't speaking from a space of like preaching on the pulpit, because I have a problem with it too. You know what I mean? So I don't want the people to think like, you know, we just looking down. This is personal experience, stuff that we struggle with. Feel like if we talk about it more, put it on the table, not hide it, confront it with your friends, your family, your confidants, your spouse, whoever, then it'll be easier to kind of like put it out. That's the thing we do. We hide stuff. We don't put it out in the open where it could be addressed.
And we think we're the only person suffering with that issue.
Right.
And then so much people have that same issue, but we suffer. All of us suffer in silence. But if we come together and be like, yo, man, I have a problem spending the money.
Right.
I can't keep my money.
Right.
Why I could do differently? Because we all been there.
Right.
We all been in a space where we're making the money and we can't keep it.
Yeah.
And then have things that we want to do and our money can't grow. We can't grow because if we really at it, the problem is the spending.
Yeah.
Check. So we really have to like sit on one of these days. I implore her to sit on, right? I had to do it. I sit on at Denver. And I was like, why? I don't make X amount of dollars. I ain't get that much bills. Why after my paycheck I only left back with like a couple $100? What going on?
Some people are not even down.
Yeah, exactly. But it still wasn't adding up for me. So like, you know what? I print my bank statement out and I said I'm gonna highlight that old school style.
Mm-hmm.
And I start highlighting everything that wasn't a bill and everything that wasn't a necessity.
Right.
And at the end of that little project, $800 in expenses between food, friggin' eating out, stupidness.
That's my advice, man. McDonald's will fucking kill me, man. Swear to God, get up in the morning, I gotta get me like 2 number 1s on like all kind of weird shit that I be spending money on, man.
It'll
It's like,
add up, bro. It'll add up.
And then too, it's like, and like everybody ain't gonna be the same. I ain't gonna be you and you ain't gonna be me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's about surrounding yourself with people that are gonna keep you in check, hold you accountable for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, sometimes we that spend so frivolous is because we don't have goals.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a plan.
Yeah.
We're not working towards something diligently that we really want.
Yeah.
So we spending because what we saving for, you know what I mean?
And then we don't disguise that behind. You only live once.
Yeah.
You only live once, but your name, how long you want your name live on for?
True.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes it takes for you to surround yourself with people who doing better than you.
Yeah.
So you could really see like, man, like this is where I'm trying to be.
Go.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is where I'm trying to go. But at the same time, be that encouraging person too.
Yeah. We so subconsciously selfish sometimes. Like you said, we only live once.
Mm-hmm.
So we only gonna live once and leave our children with nothing. But say that we love them so much.
Bro, I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were like, I said, man, I don't understand how somebody out here good just making $20,000 a year or $30,000 a year. Like, I don't want more. I have so much more. That's my natural. That's me naturally wanting more for my people because I know there's more out there.
Right.
So somebody who don't know that there's more out there and who's so content in what it is they have might say things like, I good with my $30,000 a year job. Listen, I am not shitting on your $30,000 a year job. Yeah, I'll have to start somewhere. but I want you to go get that more that's out there. Not just for you, for your children.
Right.
If you have kids, I know at a salary where you're not making that much money, you have certain things you have to tell your kids no to. You have certain things you have to say no to because you can't afford it.
Yeah.
But if you were to aspire to just have a little bit more, just duplicate your money a little bit, figure out some way to add more income and start putting something aside to leave your kids. So when you go, they ain't out there struggling and trying to figure it out like all of us had to do. That's where we would like for the more to come in.
And then again, it's the motive, not to cut you out, but again, it's the motives, man. Like you making $30,000 a year and you only could buy Reeboks. Then you turn around and you make $50,000 a year. Now you buying Chanel. Like, so you really, you still making only $30,000 a year because you increase your expenses just because you make more money. You ain't playing with your bottom line.
Don't get a raise if your salary is risen and your expenses is risen right behind it.
Right.
That's not a raise.
Right.
You in the same place you was and that old salary.
So that's why I tell a person one time, they get broke millionaires, you know.
Heck yeah.
Like they're making millions of dollars, but they're spending millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
If I make $1 million and I spending $2 million, am I a millionaire?
Right.
Like, come on.
You know what I mean?
It's simple math.
Right. It's like you got a house that worth $200,000. Now you're making $1 million a year, and then you go and get a house that worth $800,000. Bro, you're still in the same space as me who renting an apartment. Exactly. You know what I mean? Our profit margin is relatively the same based on percentages. You know what I mean? So these type of discussions is necessary to be had. And then, like for me, right? I spent a lot of money creating brands and different things to create multiple streams of income, and then I turn around and find multiple ways to spend the fucking money.
That's what
I don't be looking at myself like, fuck it, man, my God damn, you need to stop working to go create all these fucking things that I make money, but then you went and create all these fucking things to spend money? Like, what are you doing, bro?
So, one thing,
quickly,
go ahead.
In the black community, black men especially, that make a lot of money, but then they get a lot of women, and those are expenses, bro.
Man, expensive.
So you still broke because
a woman is an expense.
Here we go.
No, your woman is not an expense. Having multiple women, it becomes an expense. But your woman is not that's a necessity. You have to maintain your relationship, the things that she liked, and because she's spending on you too. So it's not even like an expense. It's like a rotation of money. But then when you have a couple more other women outside of that, and they ain't contributing to the household, but the money just going out to entertain them, then that's an expense that sometimes, man, we gotta cut it. If you can afford it, cool. But like sometimes, a lot of us, we can't fucking afford that shit.
I want to hop back and when we get a raise and we feel like our lifestyle should be risen as well.
Right.
You just erase the raise.
Right.
Like when we do that.
Right.
So if I making $30,000 a year and I have an apartment that's $500 a month and I could afford that, right? And I go to making $50,000 a year, now I say, well, I get a raise so I could afford $1,000 a month apartment.
$1,500.
$1,500 or whatever. So
I need this extra closet I didn't need before.
That you didn't need before, just because you get a raise. So then guess what happened? That money you were supposed to be chucking away or putting aside that you could use to invest in something, to start a business, to save, to do whatever.
Right.
You point it right back into rent. So are you really, you got a raise, but did you raise your level of lifestyle? No, because all you do is living in a more expensive place and saving less money. So to go back to your point with all these different businesses and stuff, what I suffer from that too, bro.
Right.
Guys, I would start something, I got a bright idea, and I start another thing, and I got a bright idea, and then before you know it, I friggin' juggling, and I like, what?
Right, literally we'll get a $15,000 check, and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to start this business now. I get this money, and be like, fuck.
But let me show you why that's not, and I had to learn this too. If you, every seed you plant need water.
Right.
If we get one pitcher of water,
right,
and one seed, that seed will be adequately watered.
Right.
If we get 10 seeds and one pitcher, we think we're doing these seeds justice.
We're doing it injustice.
giving it a little bit of water here. Give this one some, give this one to make sure everybody get water.
Right.
But those seeds are never gonna grow at the rate they're supposed to grow because they ain't getting adequate water. What you're supposed to do is take that one pitcher, grow this one seed till it turns into a plant and it start to bear fruit. When that start to bear fruit, you take the fruit from there and then you plant another seed. And then you start to water that one and then that one gonna grow and then it ain't gonna need no heap of watering from you no more. It could sustain after the rain and everything. Or it could self-sustain. And then you continue doing that. But we don't get these seed, get one seed, get a little fruit from one seed, and then we plant a bunch of seeds and we only have one pitcher of water.
Yeah, I'm very guilty of that.
Yeah.
Very guilty of that.
I could speak so well about it because I've done it.
Right.
And then I had to realize, like, you know, much people will be like, hey, Kai, when you going to this again? And when this? Soon. That's me, you know, disregarding those extra seeds or putting them on the side until this seed here give me everything that I need to sustain all of this.
And then we just sit down and be like, man, shit, like all I need is fucking 2 million. Once I get 2 million, I could do this here. But you ain't even managing the 100,000 you have properly.
Exactly.
You think when you get a 2 million, you're going to manage the 2 million properly?
How that's going to happen is you go from having $100,000 problems to
$1 million problems.
That's all.
Right, of course.
Exchanging one problem for another.
Right. So is multiple streams of income a good thing? Yes. But it's not a good thing when you have multiple expenses.
So, and that's a great segue because what I want to talk about too is we tend to believe that multiple streams of income has to be different streams of income.
Right.
Like the average millionaire has 7 streams of income.
It has to be different jobs is what people be thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
The average millionaire have 7 streams of income, right? That doesn't mean he has 7 different businesses.
Right.
So if I had a consultation with one of my clients one time, and she does hair. So I say, she said, Kyle, I really want I want more streams. I want more streams of income right now. My hair thing doing really good. I say, how much clients you getting a day? She said, about 12. I said, wow, some good bread. All right, so what you want to get into? She said, well, I see Turu taking off. I see Airbnb doing good.
How the fuck she get 12? What she doing?
I don't. That's
a lot. Well, she probably own a salon. So anyway.
I don't know.
Cool.
I ain't answer. Tell me she get 12. She get 12. So,
right.
So I say, so she said she want to do Airbnb and Turu and all of these things. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But really and truly, those are what I call oversaturated markets because you don't have to have a necessary skill set to do Airbnb, Turu, those type of things. You get a little bread, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go through the whole process. So I said, those things take time. And it's going to take time away from the one seed that you planted.
Right.
That you planted that's doing very well for you. So then you're going to try to create multiple streams over here. And them streams going to take away from your seed over here. And you can't water this seed with them streams because they're going to need time to grow as well. I said, how do you monetize your hair? She said, well, I don't do people hair and they don't pay me.
Right.
I said, when they leave in your chair, you don't give them instructions? She said, yeah, I got to tell them like what products to put in the hair and stuff and how to keep it. And I said, so what you don't tell them? Well, go Walmart and buy Cantu oil and some cocoa butter or coconut oil or whatever and put it in. I said, but that's where you're going wrong. Because they coming to you as an export because you just did their hair and
not
they
wrong,
love.
but that's what she missing out.
That's what she missing out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what she missing out.
Right.
But then if you coming to me and saying that you want multiple streams of income,
right,
and you laying this income whack out your door,
send it to somebody else.
Exactly what we doing.
Right.
Mom, I say you go on Amazon, you get a couple of bottles, you print out some labels, put some coconut oil in a bottle and put some Cantu oil in a bottle, shake it up, slap your logo on it. And say, when they say, so what is I supposed to put in my hair when I leave? This is what, and you ain't lying to the people.
Yeah.
And you put the ingredients on the label, right? And this is what it is you're supposed to put on your hair. So now they just spend their money with you a second way, right? Money that they were going to spend anyway, regardless.
Right.
So you just get them, instead of giving it to Walmart, they give it to you. So what else does a person need when you done do their hair and they walking out the door? What else they need?
Right.
They need hair products. They need a hair tie.
A hair tie.
Okay. What kind? Is there a specific hair tie? Yeah, they gotta make sure it's the one with the silk. You kind of other. Okay, got you. Create it. Slap your logo on it and sell it to them. They're gonna buy it. They come to you because they love the quality that you do for them, man. when it comes to their head.
And
Anything
you. And what you represent.
Exactly.
And your personality.
They believe in you.
They believe in you.
Exactly. So why
So let them take you with you. Let them take you with them whenever they go.
For things that they're going to need
anyways. Right.
Why you laying them? You don't think they'd rather spend it with you than as opposed to go give to Walmart? They'd rather give you the money. They just need the thing. So if you give them the thing and you ain't overcharging them for the thing, they're going to gladly give you that money. So look, that's already 3 streams. That's just a small segue to show how you like multiple streams of income don't mean multiple businesses. And that's where we don't go around. You have to give that one business the attention they need that it could grow to the place where it could self-sustain.
Right.
Once it starts to self-sustain and it starts to make you money and you gain income coming in now, you could float with the idea of a second business.
Right.
No, you could float with the idea of a second stream. I don't want to say a second business. A second stream.
Right.
Because it could be from the same business. So for instance, where you're doing artist management now, and I know artist management thing doing really good, and you get a check where it's like, okay, why I could do with this check? Or let me start this. No. Put it back into the artist management.
Right.
Put it back into that. Get that to the place where instead of $15,000 checks, no, you get a 30 grand check.
Right.
And then a 40 grand check. And then now we could entertain and flirt with the thought of artist management and the road. Right. You know what I mean? What do you call a road manager?
Road manager.
You know what I mean? Something along them lines.
Right.
But that's still within the realm of what you already do.
Right.
But when we go wrong, it's like, yeah, artist management is starting to do good. I just make a good check. Let me turn wrong and become an astronaut. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are we doing?
Something that ain't even aligning what you're originally were doing to begin with.
And it's something that you might not even be passionate about either.
Right.
And I always scream when I talk to these kids, when I talk to these adults, you have to do what you're passionate in.
What you love.
If you out here and
money can't be the only motivator.
Exactly. Right. If you're doing something for money over passion, you're going to always chase money. And then when it get hard, you're going to quit.
Right. Because
this is dumb. I don't even like this that much and it's hard. I ain't doing this anymore. And you're going to quit and you're going to find yourself starting over constantly. Right. Always starting over. Because this time I chased the money wasn't there. I gone to the next thing to try find the money ain't there. I gone to the next thing and so forth and so on. But when you're passionate about whatever it is you're doing, when that thing ain't there at the time when you want it to be there, you're more patient. You be like, you know what? I believe in this thing so much. Yeah, me ain't getting money yet, but you know it coming. And you're going to sit down and you're going to wait. But when you're just chasing money instead of passion, you ain't patient. When this thing going to give me money, the man.
You're more successful in making money when you're passionate about what you're doing.
Right. Because, you know, it don't feel like work. Right. You don't feel like you're working. Imagine doing a thing that you love and getting paid for it. This dope-ass studio, right? That our producers having the time of their life, getting free-ass game from me right now.
Right.
And they sitting down and they clicking couple buttons and recording us. We paying for that. And guess what? He's doing what it is he love and he getting paid for it. Ain't nothing better in the world than doing that. Being somebody that love watching artists grow.
Right.
Love inspiring artists. Love developing artists. Them is thing you don't do for free. Imagine doing that for and getting paid for it. They feel like what?
And that's something I want the ladies to know. Be passionate about me. Don't chase me for the money. Because if you're passionate about me, you're going to stay. But if you're here for the money, you're going to quit.
You're going to quit fast.
I don't want you to quit.
They're going to quit fast.
So just make sure you understand what it is Kyle trying to tell you. This applies to everything, especially me. I don't want to stick that in there, you know?
Because the ladies, for real, think about it.
Right.
If you're chasing that dude for the bread and you really that into him, no, you got to laugh at his corny jokes. You know what I mean? When he crack a joke and he's like, that won't even that funny. But
me and no money, by the way, so it gotta be passion.
Yeah, you know, and he's like, dude, when you gonna give me this bread? When you gonna pay this bill? And then when he taking too long to pay the bill, you're gonna get ass up and you're gonna say, you know what? I got from here. And then you're gonna start over.
Right.
To the next dude. And this is for dudes too, because you got a lot of man out there that latching on to a woman that, you know, need something from them. And when they giving you what it is you sign up for.
They're latching on because why? How they look.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Check what they could do for them. So now when the reason you sign up for was because she right now could pay this bill for you or she could give you this money or whatever. If she's taking a little too long to give to you, you ain't got that type of patience for her no more. So you're going to move on to the next thing. And it's the same thing in business, the same thing when it comes to creating multiple streams of income. If you're not passionate about the thing that you want to get income out of, you're going to quit whenever it gets tough and it can get hard. It's gonna get hard.
So now that we understand the multiple streams of income and the nuances around it, as you just explained, because I just learned that, by the way. You know what I mean? Because I actually was the other way.
Yeah.
I will go create a new business, which now it makes me want to go back and revisit my initial business and figure out, kind of go back to the drawing board and see where I could squeeze more out of this particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
After I make that money, talk to me about saving. Like how where we are with that.
So
to save.
It's two type of it. It's two different things. If we talking from an entrepreneurship space,
Mhm.
whereas like I have a business, a new business is my baby, and I want it to produce income.
Right.
Then you gotta feed it.
Then you got to feed it.
Got to feed it.
And that's what I struggle with, man, because like, and let's use me as an example, right? That way it's easier to maneuver through this conversation. Because of the people that are around me that were already successful in the music business, when I decided to jump into the music business, I kind of shot out of a cannon. You know what I mean? I all success, but really and truly, I ain't been doing this long. So I still dumping a lot of money into it with marginal returns, right? Should I keep going? 'Cause this is my passion.
So no, you have to. Yes, you should keep going because you're passionate, but you gotta be mindful and careful,
Right.
and knowledgeable about how to navigate.
Right.
So we can't just mask it as this is my passion. So hey, this is my
Right.
passion. Hey, this is my passion. No,
Right.
you have to identify what's going to bring you income.
Right.
So if there's an artist that really ain't doing what it is it's supposed to be doing, if there's an artist that you giving him instruction and he's not giving you back what you need from that artist,
Right.
if you pouring into him monetarily or with just energy,
Time,
bro, time
which is money.
You check, and you pouring into that artist, and that artist ain't giving you back the same energy that you giving him. I even talking. If he give you the energy, he ain't gonna give you the returns. So in a space like that, you have to identify that artist and be like, you know what? This is what it is I need you to do. And then when you do that, then me and you could reconvene. But I gonna shift this way. Because this artist doing what it is I tell them to do. You check? So it goes back to my same space where I tell you with all these different seeds. You check? I ain't telling you can't have multiple artists that you're managing at the same time.
Right.
But when you start to, you got to identify the dead weight, for lack of better terms. And dead weight,
You have to plan. You have to know. Kyle talk about planting seeds, but you have to plan. You have to know how you want your garden to look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you say earlier, you have to plan. You have to have a vision. You have to see where you want to go, where you want to be, and make it happen. You know, as a gardener, much people don't know that about me. But when I look at a space, okay, I want to put some plants here. I have to plan and vision how I want it to look, you know? What color flowers I want when people walk up to my house, how I want it to look. And when you plant your seeds, you got to know how you want your garden to look.
You have to identify that curb appeal immediately. So you can't go up there with the same set of seeds and just spread them out and water it and expect a garden to look different.
Right.
You check. So with that being said, you got to identify the people that ain't bringing you the returns. And I ain't even talking monetarily. Just the returns in energy, the returns in effort. If these man ain't pointing, if you don't believe in yourself to the point where I already spoke life into you multiple times and I tell you I believe in you. I need you to believe in you. And if you ain't believing in you, I can't be stopping from what it is I'm doing with people that believe in themselves.
Right.
To double back now, to go back to you, to be like, bro, believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in yourself. You're going to have to say, listen, this is what it is I require from you. This is a checklist. And once you complete this checklist, that's going to show me that you serious about this thing and you believe in yourself. I cannot make you believe in yourself. I could encourage you. I could inspire you. By the end of the day, how much times you sit down and had inspirational conversations with people and like, yeah, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it. Just do this. And then we gone. And then the next day you just answer something else and you go back to them and they didn't make any type of movement. Nothing happened. Them is people that we say needs constant inspiration. Like they pay for these conferences, they go to all these shows, they get the inspiration, and then they gig and they walk out the door and they go back right to whatever it was they were doing till the next conference, right? You could find that in the church as well. A lot of people, they go to church, find the inspiration in church, and that Sunday, They feel so good on that Sunday. They go home. Monday, they go right back to whatever it was they were doing. They didn't apply none of the inspirational steps, the actionable steps that the preacher gave them. So now they wait until Sunday again to feel that same way. You cannot be that person's yo-yo, where every Sunday you going back to give them that inspiration again. No. I go inspire you.
You leave your 9-to-5 job because it was stressful.
Right.
So then, step out because you want to do something that you're more passionate about doing.
Right.
So the last thing you want to do is put yourself in another stressful situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then we cannot let our passion drive us to a place where we just doing charity work. I am in the business of helping people.
Right.
I made a business of helping people.
Right. I
am not into charity. Let me preference my comments when I say that. I'm gonna help wherever it was down on my spirit to help somebody, help these kids, of course. Right. But at the same time, I have a business model. Right. And my business model is helping people. Your business model is helping artists. Right. You have to stick to your business model, and when it don't make sense no more, it
literal
can't make
sense.
Exactly.
Right. Can't make
and the way it won't, because imagine you get artists over here doing everything on their own. You tell them to do something, them are knocking it out. Right. Before you even, like, you surprised. Right. Like, they getting this shit done so fast.
Oh, yeah, I get one like that, man. Shout out Quan, man.
And then, so now Quan doing what he gotta do. Quan on top of everything, dog, right? And you're like, okay, cool. And he said, Ray, man, I do everything you tell me to do. I just waiting for your next set of instructions. Okay. So you do what you do so fast, right? But I ain't getting the next set of instructions yet. I'm going to come back to you in a day or two, and I'm going to lay them out for you. And you ain't get them instructions. Why? Because you got to go breathe life into
somebody else.
You got to go give he all this life and do all that. And pick he up and do all that. He where he is for now. Right. He have a little more life to live. He have a little more feeling to do. He have a little more feeling to feel. Yeah. To know if this is what he really, really, really wants.
And it's okay not to feel bad about it.
Exactly.
It's okay not to feel bad about looking out for you.
And my thing is, in a sense, you're looking out for him too, because it does him no benefit, no justice if you have to carry him every place. Right. So he need to find a space where he realize, okay, this is what I supposed to do. This is how I supposed to feel. So when you leave he there and you double back and you take that energy that you were taking away from Quan, that you were dumping in here, and you put that in Quan, you know what kind of damage you and he could do together? Right. So when it comes to identifying, not just spreading yourself so thin, just in the name of your passion. Right. You have to make it make sense. So you're going to see the Quans and be like, yes, Quan got it. Right. I'm going to ride this wave, and me and Quan going to make super, super damage. Right. They have other artists, or they have other managers out there managing other artists. And not only that, like athlete managers and stuff. Right. You check LeBron James
agent.
Yeah,
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. Yeah. Rich Paul managing LeBron, and then he managing man down here like Eric Bledsoe and them.
Yeah. He have a whole bunch of people like he deal with on a certain level. Yeah.
For everybody gonna be different.
It's gonna be different.
His water that he pouring, I guarantee LeBron getting majority of it. Yeah. And then so he ain't giving Eric Bledsoe the same amount of water he giving LeBron.
Right. It's relative.
You got nobody in your business, bro. Ain't nobody put shit. Let me see how to put this. They ain't equal. It's not.
No, that's true.
They're not equal. People on different levels or whatever
different
the case
spaces.
May be. Somebody coming earlier, somebody a little more advanced or whatever. Yeah. You can't approach all of them as equals. You got to identify where each one of them man is, and that's what's going to turn you into a dope artist manager, because you already see, okay, this person here in his journey. Okay, this person is here in his journey. So he only need this, but this person, he ready. Right. I got to give he XYZ. When somebody come in my credit repair program, I do a credit audit. Okay, your credit is not the best, it's really bad. We have time here. So go through these steps. This is what I'm going to do for you. And then when we get close to the end of the repair, we're going to double back and see where we're at. Right. Again, man, at the end of the repair, boom, Kyle, we done. We ready to go. We ready for this bag. Okay? Right. When it comes to that point, it's like, Kyle, I have this idea. I want to do this. I want to create this business. In order to do that, I need X amount of dollars. So now I can't be back here just focusing on this person who just joined the program, who ain't in a place where they're ready to get a bag yet. You have a lot of steps to take before you get to this where this person is. Right. And he took them steps already. He didn't skip the process. Yeah. He just way more advanced than you when you started. So now I'm going to give this person the energy to get them to get that back.
Right.
They're going to get it back. They're going to start their business. I'm going to get paid from that. And then they're going to double back and say, hey, where you at in this process? You do the things that I told you to do? Yeah, this is where I'm at now. Okay, boom. The next step is this. Hey, where you at in this process? You do the things I told you to do? Nah, I didn't get a chance to do it yet because, okay. And they on to the next person. Hey, gone. I ain't sitting on here. You know what you got to do. I ain't holding your hand.
Right.
You check? And I understand artist management have a little to do with holding somebody's hand and showing them a path, but they have to be able to walk themselves.
But you're right, because in the beginning I was like that, right? But now I'm kind of, I was stressed a little bit, but now it's to me, like I gotta tell people, man, if you ain't had to work and you really want to work, and if I got to fight with you, just gonna move on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's energy,
and it's not because I feel like I'm more successful or I don't need anything. It's just that I have people that I could invest more time in that I know really want it. They might be less talented than you, but their effort is immense.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Look around the music industry now, the man them that ain't that talented, but the work is winning. So don't let them man guilt you into, oh my God, this person's so talented, this person's so talented. Yeah, but what are you doing with it?
Right.
How are you leveraging that talent?
So once I make all those identifications and I clean that process up, and I start to generate more income, especially after I done identify ways of making multiple incomes out of one business, right? In order for me to then pour water into something else, I have to be able to save. How does that process, what should that process look like?
That process,
when it comes to saving, should I be auditing my bank account? Should I be, what's
definitely.
That's my process.
I had kind of sidetracked it.
Right.
We were talking from an entrepreneurial point of view.
Yeah.
So if you have a 9 to 5 and you have a set salary that you make every year, every month, right? You have to identify, and this is for everybody now.
Everybody.
You have to identify what you spending on.
Yeah.
Add it your bank account, print it out, go through it line item by line item. And whatever it is you highlight as an expense, that ain't a necessity. Necessity is roof over your head, food on your table.
Right.
And food on your table have an asterisk too, because if we spending all this money on Uber Eats and we could eat for cheaper. Figure out a way to eat for a little bit cheaper.
Uber Eats love me. I'm notorious.
And you know why they love you? Because you don't make that money.
I don't make that money.
You don't make that money.
McDonald's is 2 minutes away, bro. And then I'll be like,
So if you're in a place where, hey, kind of like going on life, I love my life. I love my Uber Eats. Right. I don't want nothing else. I good.
Yeah, you could do that.
Me talking to you. Uber Eats your life. Right. Uber Eats as much as you want.
But if you try and make progress,
try and do something different.
Trying to improve.
If you got a goal that you're trying to hit, you got to do something different. You can't keep doing the same thing. You can't keep spending the same way you were spending.
Yeah. And I feel like it's
this thing in my house, so we just say, we on Operation Bob. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Operation Bob is balling on a budget. We started saying that one was in the military.
I gotta use that corny shit Sonii just came up with. Yeah, I know. Operation Bob.
Operation Bob here. We balling on a budget. But no, like when we on, because we're doing pretty good, you know, but it's times where because we planners and we like, okay, we have to build this, we have to do this, we want to invest in this. So we need to be on Operation Bob for about 30 days. I don't meal plan for the whole freaking week.
No, I watch it because you went through for carnival and it's not like you couldn't go. But you are like, nah, look, man,
I touched. You just touch a touchy area because I ain't think she recover from not being able to go home for carnival.
But she was so adamant. She was like, listen, man, we just make this move right here. And I can't go.
But that goes
not that she didn't have it to go in. But
there's
she
a
was
power
just like
in having it.
Oh my God.
And not spending
I look at that in her face, I was like, damn, you so disciplined. Because my ass was gone.
2020 was a year of vision. I had 2021 to plan what I wanted to do. 2022 to put it into action. And 2023 to make it happen.
Right.
Cute.
And I had to discipline myself. Like, Sonii, you could go any place you want. You could go to any country you want. You could go for carnival, and it's like still biting me that I didn't get to go.
Oh, man.
But I had to sit down and be like, listen, like, you putting things into action. Like, this is your year.
Right.
And things gonna come out next year. And when they come out, people gonna be like, damn, she doing really good. But that's because I didn't spend $3,500.
Exactly.
going home, in a week for Carnival. I watch it on TV for free. And I
definitely would have spent
in my bed.
We outside.
Easy.
We outside.
We outside. You know what I mean? I drop in everything. $50 a plate of food.
That's nothing.
No, man.
We argue about it when we come back. Inexpensive, expensive when we get back. Like, wow.
Yeah, but I think, unnecessarily spending is something that's hard, not to do, but
it's
you have to train yourself.
Right. You have to train yourself.
And that goes for, like I said, 9 to 5. People that's in entrepreneurship, you got to figure out where you could cut back.
Yeah.
Have to figure out where you could cut back because more income should not automatically equate to more expenses.
Yeah.
Because if we every time we make more money, we spend more money, we ain't making no more money. You guys figure that out. Like if we make more money and we spend more money, we're not making more money.
It applies to business too, because we've done that a couple of times in business, man. It's like, God, we had a good 2021, and it's like 2022, we're gonna create some more parties, which were dope. But then it's like, we just had a discussion the other day about like, we should cut some of these parties and just kind of really focus on the ones that are really hit
spots.
Yeah.
Bro, because even if you might not take a loss monetarily, even if the party pay for itself, where it's like, we ain't lose no money, but you know how much time and energy I lose?
Yeah, man.
You know how much, I was a promoter, bro, I did that.
Right.
And I know firsthand how much work goes into promoting a party. So if you look in, right, and you're going through your list of parties and you're like, yo, this one a hit for sure, this one a hit, this one a hit, this one, this one, Why differ? Why differ? Just to add to the mystique of your brand. These three up here alone, creating that mystique of your brand. This here is just fluff now. Cut the fluff. You check? Imagine if you cut these last 3 out, and whatever resources that you put into those last 3, you put them back into the top 3. Guess with them, they're gonna go.
Yeah.
No, you could take that thing on the road, that party on the road, outside of Atlanta or outside of St. Thomas. And you could take it someplace else where I didn't identify was a market yet.
Right.
You have the opportunity to identify different markets and try it out there. And imagine if it's so big here already. Imagine a year or 2, it's just as big there, and everywhere.
That's true.
You check? So you just got really cut the dead weight. Figure out what the dead weight is and cut it loose.
Yeah.
But you know something, Kyle? You just said something, right? You were just saying, because one of the things that I always hear people saying is save money, cut back. Save money, cut back. But I went through a struggle period in my early 20s, and the hardest thing to do, I never had bad credit, but the hardest thing to do was learn how to save money. So like small income, I can't afford to save no money. Mm-hmm. So tell me how, and the listeners and the viewers, how to save money. Like how.
And you know what? Let me show. I have a client, right? Jesus Christ. I have another client. Client come to me, hey Kyle, this is I spending too much. I don't have no money after my check. I'm done. I don't have no money till the next paycheck. I live in paycheck to paycheck. I want to change that. Say, all right, cool. Let's add it to your bank account. We sit down, we went through it line item by line item. She really wasn't overspending. She didn't have anything that she could have cut, that she could afford to cut back on. Like everything she was spending on was stuff that she needed. So she like, see, this is what I'm telling you. I don't know what to do. I say, what time you know what? 8 to 5. I say, how old the kids are? It's teenagers. So what you to do from 6 to 10?
Facebook, Instagram.
I mean, what you doing? So this is the perfect opportunity.
Man. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's man. Yeah, just tell us straight up why it is.
On the man. You gotta cut back. Hey, we gotta cut back on something, right? So I say, what we doing? That's 4 hours at least. And it could be more, depending on your level of grind. But that's at least 4 hours of income right there every day, 5 days a week. You don't work on the weekend? No. You know what I mean? So that right there, the income that you already have in your current 9 to 5 is covering all the bills. So the extra income that you need and the money that you want to save. This is how you do it.
Right.
Create more income.
Yeah.
Okay? That could be a part-time job. It could be Uber Eats. It could be Uber. It could be anything. It could be if you're good at braiding little girls' hair and you to braid your daughter them hair to send them to school and you know you get a single mom next door that has a really good job and she get 3 kids' hair and she don't want to deal with it. Hey, I braid them kids' hair for you every day, and once a week for this amount of money.
I dig that because the industry that I in, the passion that I have, is all of it is really investment. You're investing in people and trying to project that they become something valuable so you could earn sustainable income.
Which is the hardest type of investment.
Which is the hardest type of investment to do. And I have to supplement that by doing Uber. You know what I mean? So even though I have marginally successful artists that would generate streams of income and also like get like ambassadorship deals where I could see an influx of money, I ain't to the point where I want to be that I have to like I could relax and not do something extra. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, because for a point in time for me, it meant that I was broke. Like if I gotta work 2 jobs, I mean I broke. Because when I was growing up, we were broke and mommy had to work 2 jobs. So I was like, okay, that's what broke mean. Like you got to work 2 jobs, but it necessarily don't mean that.
Ain't it at all.
You know what I mean?
I
So
commend menu for even realizing I have extra time in my day. I could be doing something different to generate income. How is it being broke? By you creating an additional stream of income. That's far from it. That's
and
crazy.
Again, financial literacy stuff that we didn't know any better.
So now we look at people, right? I look at a teacher that teaching up high school all day, and then I came out to buy some stuff and she checking out. And we watching her like, oh God, what happened?
How much teachers we had like that? You know what I mean? They walk in and then you see them in Pueblo.
Yes.
She's
smart. She figured out I need more income.
We had a teacher in elementary that used to be like that. I forgot her name, but I used to think like, damn,
things must be rough.
A lot of our teachers were teaching in the day at school and then teaching UVI at night.
Yeah, that too.
Like being professors at UVI. A lot of principals and stuff.
That's multiple streams of income. When I go on TikTok and IG and Facebook and I hear all these people saying, you got to create multiple streams of income to be a millionaire. That's the blueprint right there. You making money from your artist management ain't giving you the returns that you want right now. You could have do 2 things. You could have sit down and pout about it. You could have tried to force something that can't be forced out of your artist management to squeeze more money from it, which would damage the brand in the long run. Or you could have created supplemental income aside from that could hold you over till this thing.
I still have more time in the day as well to find another stream of income too. So there's always space, man. It just really, like I say, it boils down to the discipline and how bad you really want it. I mean, I don't doubt people want it really bad, but that discipline part is very
And I think people struggle with what we just talked about. What they gonna say about me when they see me in Kmart working part-time? How they gonna judge me and say, oh, she's a cashier? Use a cashier. Whatever that cashier money giving you is money in your pocket.
Like
I
ain't like it's a cashier for free.
Exactly. And then you know what's crazy? If you were doing it for free, they might look at you and give you more respect. She even getting paid for it. She's doing it just because she wants to. But you doing it for income. Income that you point in your pocket that you could apply to your life. Do not let these people shame you to stay broke. I'm going to tell her that again. Do not let nobody shame you to stay broke. If you see that your 9 to 5 ain't enough, your small business ain't enough, and there's other opportunities out there where you have to put yourself in the public eye so you can make a little bit more money, so you could provide for your children, you could save, you could invest, you could do whatever, do it. Do not let these people out here that sitting down, that probably struggling worse than you, know. They're probably home struggling 10 times worse than you and have the same fare that you have when it comes to going to go find a part-time job, but they're just not brave enough to overcome that fear to do it the way you did it. So now they're sitting down trying to make you feel some type of way for going and creating an additional stream of income. The same thing the millionaires will tell you to do. You're doing it and you could provide for your family and do whatever it is you need to do. Don't let nobody shame you out of that and staying broke behind a phone screen, scrolling and cracking jokes and living out your depression online because you ain't brave enough to go and find additional stream of income. I best go get up and go get a job. Go drive that Uber. Go in. Man, listen.
You know what's crazy? True story. A family member wanted a job, right? In helping a job search, I said, listen, Pizza Hut, Domino's, one of them places was hiring to be a pizza deliverer. But the benefits that came with it was like tuition reimbursement up to $3,500 per semester. You get health care.
That's not that money.
All kinds of stuff, right? But she chose not to do it because she was worried about the shame of being a pizza deliverer person. When I was trying to show her like long term, you could be student loan free, right? And with the education that Pizza Hut paying for you while you're delivering pizzas for them, plus putting money in your pocket, you could be so career driven and do what it is you want to do. And 10 years from now, people gonna be looking at you like, damn, how you get it?
Right.
And you student loan free.
How you get it? I get it because I did something other people didn't want to.
Exactly.
That's how it always be.
And then another thing what I learned too about going to do something different than what I initially set out to do, like Uber and even in Pizza Hut, is that it puts you in a position to meet other people and network and rub shoulders. I can't tell you how much information, clients, money I've made outside of Uber doing Uber. But like I say, you know, when you start to branch out, I tell this one young lady, she's working at a place she didn't like. I said, like, you like what you do, but you're staying in the same place and you're scared to go leave this comfortability to go do the same thing that you normally do someplace else, and not knowing that that person that could get you into another place is working at that spot and you're refusing to go. You know what I mean? So
that's
sometimes,
a real thing.
Yeah,
that's a fear I actually faced.
Right.
Within the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, I have a really good job. I'm making good money. There's stability here. I hate what I do.
Right.
And I hate dealing with people who I giving them financial advice. Like, I advising them. They don't want to listen to me. I helping them, you know, with like credit, different things. They don't want to listen to me. What are you doing here? I want to be someplace where I could help people. But damn, this job giving me stability. This job giving me, you know, benefits. This job giving me 401k. What do I do?
Right.
Do I step out or do I stay? Do I step out or do I stay? That's a real thing.
That's a real
thing.
thing.
You gotta ask yourself what you want.
What you want.
What more important to you at this point in time? So as a 20-year-old, right, that just starting out into the world, I don't want to deliver no pizza. But I understand. But if you do that for a little while now, in a long while, you could do what you really want to do. We at the age now where we shouldn't be doing something that we're unhappy with.
Right.
Our years for that done gone.
Yeah.
So if you're in that job that you don't like, that you cannot stand, that it drives you crazy and it chipping away at your mental health and your peace, you have to be figuring out your exit now. Every day at that job, you have to be figuring out, how do I get out? What did this job teach me? What did I learn at this job? You know, jobs give, the dope things about jobs and 9 to 5, they give you training. They give you a thing called experience. And everything that you're doing in that job, somebody needs it outside of that job.
Yeah.
If you're doing HR, there's a company right now that needs you to do their HR. And guess who knows HR because I've worked at XYZ for X amount of years.
Experience you have.
So you carrying that with you. So don't just sit down there and be salty and mad and miserable at that job. Figure out how I going to get out of this. Start with your business plan. Okay, even if you don't even want to start a business, you could do something like find somebody else that has an HR business and be their contractor. Listen, this part of the business I know you don't like to do, but I'll do it for you for X amount of dollars, and this is all I'm doing. So no, you're not really an employee, but you're not really your own boss per se. So you don't got to deal with the entrepreneurial pressures that entrepreneurs go through.
Right.
You could just deal with this. I just showing that it's broad. It's doable. And you could do it once you make up your mind to do that. Do not sit down. You're too old. We're too aged to be in a place where you're sitting down just unhappy about something. You have to change your environment. And even that could be a work environment. If you're unhappy at your work environment, change it.
Yeah.
You have the control. You have the knowledge. If they can't unteach you what they don't teach you,
right?
You think when you leave out of that, all the knowledge and all the experience they taught you for them years, you have to leave it in there? No, you're leaving with it. Put it to use.
Yeah, I was in leadership position when I was working for Avery Dennison. I was in leadership position when I was working for Stericycle. And a lot of the things that I learned from those, and I don't want to say like they were unhappy jobs, but they weren't things that I really wanted to do. Matter of fact, I didn't even know what I really wanted to do into my 30s. Like, I just know I wanted to like make money, you know what I mean? But from like being around, like noticing that I have an ability to convey things to people and motivate people and counsel people and help people to get places, even if I can't get myself someplace. I realized like this is something I wanted to do. But Avery Dennison and Stericycle helped me hone those skills from a leadership perspective. I remember at Avery Dennison, I learned like 5S. I went to like Shadeo Shingo conferences to make things like work in a system. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I use now in my management, right? Everything is kind of like systematic. Mm-hmm. Because once I get you to be systematic, then you don't have to think too much about what you're supposed to do, right? It's like an assembly line. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you could go make music now because now you're just conscious of, you know what I'm saying? So even that those places wasn't my destiny, being in those places helped me to gain some skill sets that I use currently.
You're going to always take away something, take away the positive. And everything that we get going on, you have to dissect it, go through it, and pull the positive from it. So even if you're in a job that you might not like, what is that job teaching you? What has that job taught you? What has that job made you good at? And then you take that, package it up, and you start your own thing, or you go elsewhere and do that same thing. But don't sit down in a job just miserable and sad, waiting for somebody to save you. Nobody gonna save you. You have to save you. You have to save you. And when you're doing something that you like doing, whether you're doing it for yourself or a company, but you like doing it and you like the environment, you're going to see how your life going to change for the better. You're going to be a better parent. You're going to be a better boyfriend. You're going to be a better girlfriend. You're going to be a better wife. You're going to be a better husband. You're going to be a better mommy. Whatever the case may be, it's going to be better.
Right. So I want to touch on one more thing. After multiple streams of income, saving, and you have that money saved, to touch a little bit on
what to do with it. So, me personally, I love real estate.
Right.
To me, real estate is a one constant.
Right.
Crypto going to go up, go down, do all these different stuff. And shout out to the crypto enthusiasts out there. I ain't knocking crypto.
Right.
It's going to do all type of things. NFTs made our appearance. It did what it did, and now it ain't doing nothing.
Right.
One constant is real estate.
Everybody needs a home.
And God ain't making no more land.
Wow.
He ain't creating no more land.
Damn, God.
He ain't coming out of the sky and going to say, hey, I need more land.
Definitely wanted an island for myself.
Nah.
Couldn't afford Epstein. Couldn't afford it.
They just sell Epstein.
That would have been a nice playground for us, wouldn't it?
Boy. 60 million. You can imagine the damage you could have done over there.
God,
I mean, of course, with of age people.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let us put that in there.
Make sure they're over 18.
Over 18.
Hey, but you don't know. Epstein Island is where we live. You know what I mean?
No, we don't live.
Well, we don't live. Oh, sorry. Stop.
Big part.
Epstein Island from where we live.
It's part of the
jet ski to Epstein Island.
It's part of the our chain of islands. That's part of the Virgin Islands, right?
They gonna clip this up and say,
yeah.
You live on Epstein Island. How much years he lived there for, man?
He looking at that shit like, what? Oh, me coming again? Yeah, well, you had me all. Yeah,
when y'all told me about Carnival, I was going to come. But I live on Epstein Island. I'll pass. I go in Brazil. Like, what?
Yeah, man. Well, great information. It's information I personally needed to hear, by the way.
Real quick, we had before we went into Epstein Island, you were saying, I was saying about the NFTs and crypto and all of that stuff. They're going to have all of these different seasons. They're going to come. It's going to be hot. Remember the flowers?
Yeah. Oh, man. Golly, bro.
So something going to come. It's going to be new. It's going to be hot. People going to be all over it. They're going to tell you it's the next best thing. And it's da-da-da-da-da. If you ain't in it early and you're in it on the back end, you might be catching on when it's fizzling out. And then you're going to be stuck.
And I ain't even going to lie to you, you know.
Shut up.
Kyle be telling me about investments all, and I'll be dragging my feet. And I'll come in on the back end. And I'll lose. And I'll be like, hey, the man, he tell me to do this, you know. But in reality, man, every time he finds something that works, he like, yo, you should jump on this with me now. And I don't be ready. You know what I mean? So what he said was exactly correct. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't gain on the front end of it, 9 times out of 10, when you gain on the back end, you're not going to see the returns that people were talking about on the front end.
Exactly.
So that was dope.
And also, you have to educate yourself on whatever it is. You can't invest in something just because somebody tell you to do it.
Right.
You have to know what it is you're dealing with because it's your money. It's your money and it's going to be your loss.
Well, I lucky to have Kyle because if he fucking know, then I know. I don't need to know. He know. Shit. I remember my girl at the time, she was like, so how you think about it? I don't give a shit. Kyle know. So, like, I good.
But yeah, so I big on real estate. So, if you, after you start saving your money, if you don't own a home, the majority of the millionaires and billionaires became rich and wealthy from home ownership.
Right.
And the key in that is buying a house today for $200,000, and in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, the house is now worth $400,000. Okay, you have options now. You have $200,000 worth of equity. How long would it take you to save $200,000, like in your bank account? It would take you some time.
Right.
So home ownership gets you there a little faster. So now you have the option where you could borrow against the equity and pull $200,000 out. They'll give you a loan, and then you could go buy another house, fix it, sell it, boom, you made a profit. Or sell that house, take the $200,000, buy another one, do whatever. But real estate is a constant. Real estate ain't going no place. You always need some place to live. And if you're not a homeowner, you definitely, like, do not be investing in other things before you invest in yourself.
Right.
If you're not a homeowner, you would want to really, really explore real estate.
You know, a client told me one time, I was sitting with a client and they was already a homeowner, but it was coming in to buy a house for their child who was in college. And I was like, why are you buying a house for your child in college? Like, didn't they get a scholarship or something? And they showed me like, no, like this is what you do. Mm-hmm. Your child is going to college. You buy them a property. Mm-hmm. Let them live in that property. Because they're going to likely get roommates. Let the roommates pay rent. Because room and board in college ain't what it used to be when I was in college, right?
It's expensive.
Your child going to be in college for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Think about what the value of that property going to be in 4 years. So after 4 years, then we give them the ultimatum. Like, listen, do you want to continue to live here? Or do you want to sell the property? Whatever you sell the property for, guess what they're going to do with the equity in the property? Give it to their child.
Right.
So they're giving their child a head start, $100,000. And all they did was buy the property. They never paid the mortgage because their roommates paying the rent on the property. Right? Boy. The child living there. The child don't have to pay no rent. But in 4 years, you giving your child $100,000 check to be like, listen, you could do what you want with this money now.
Let me tell you.
I'm in 14. I got about 6 years. That's what we're doing.
That's dope.
For like middle class people, you know, have a 9 to 5 and they have kids going after college and they want to know like, damn, when you done with college, what you going to do? You ain't coming back home to live with me. You know, you got to do something. So them having that money from the equity in a property that you invested in them with, they have a good start.
Exactly. Let me tell you how I stumble across real estate. I was walking overseas. My partner was like, yo, they gain out tax breaks if you buy a house. It was during the recession. If you buy a house, Obama give you back $8,000, my boy. You can't use $8,000. Kind of like how this cunt joined the army.
Money's a motivation, man.
So I was like, oh, I gain out. So I buy a house and he give me $8,000. Okay. All right. I buy a house. Never been in Atlanta before. Never even visited. My partner like, yeah, just buy one in Atlanta. This is how much it costs. Got with a realtor. Came, visited. She showed me a bunch of houses in an area called Lithonia. I was like, this is a good area? She's like, yeah. Okay. All right. I like the price. I buy the house for $150,000. Right? Immediately, I rent the house out to a family. My mortgage was $1,300. They were paying me $1,600. Right? So I was making a couple of $100 off of it, but I ain't had to pay that mortgage.
Right?
I put something called a home warranty on the house.
I remember you tell me what a home warranty.
Yeah, you pay $60 a month, and if something broke in the house, they come, they fix it. You pay a small fee for them to fix it, like $70 or something.
Deductible or something like that.
Yeah, and they fix it. My AC went dead after 1 month of owning the house.
Yeah.
And they say, you need a brand new AC for $5,000. I'm like, are you going to cover it? No. Yes, we're going to pay for it. What? I up. So, last story short, I held a house from 2008. I held a house for a couple of years. I can't remember when I sell it, right? And then I was like, all right, I think it's time to sell the house. When I checked to see what the value of the house was, I bought it for $150,000. These people paid my mortgage for 8 years or however long I had the house. I never lived there. They paid it. Okay? No, I pay $150,000 for it. I only owe $120,000 for it. The value of the house was $260,000. So now when I turn around and sell it, guys, I ain't do no type of renovation, nothing to the house. All I did was own it. So now when I turn around and sell it, I make a 6-figure profit for nothing. Just because I own a house.
Right.
Just because I sign a couple papers, I never lived there. So in where we from, especially, we'll see houses. Man, this will break my heart. We'll see a house that posted for sale. 400,000, a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. And the comments under it, who going to live there? Who spending $400,000 for this shoebox?
Somebody.
And I'm like, you don't even understand the market. I need you guys to understand market, because guess what? We're going to make all our noise, right? And we're not going to buy it. And then somebody from Idaho or Wisconsin going to say, oh my God, look at this cute little chic little house in the islands.
It only costs $400,000.
It's only $400,000
in paradise. No snow.
It's 80 degrees and the people are so
nice. And
nice.
it's U.S. territory, so you know.
And the people are so nice.
What?
Right.
And then they're going to buy it, right? And they're going to buy it and they're going to knock it down. They're going to do their little renovations and they're going to make it super, super dope. And they're going to rent it out to Airbnb. And then when you and your partner, you're looking for a space to take
they're going to rent out to you.
That's what I'm telling you.
Fuck Airbnb.
That's what I'm telling you. When you're looking for a space to take your girl for a good time, they're going to say, yeah, we want $300 a night for that space. And you're going to pay them.
And your lease expire April 1 because Carnival is a month of April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gonna rent this out for Airbnb for the month of April, and then I gonna lease it out again until May.
And that's the same house that you guys were laughing at and clowning at and calling it a shoebox. Somebody else saw the value in it. I want I to understand. I need to start seeing the value in our home. Start seeing the value go up to 2. You know much house up there for sale that's selling for 100,000, 200,000. At the end of the day, you buy it. In 2-3 years, it's going to be worth $400,000, $500,000
in the Virgin Islands.
You could sell it, you could rent it out. You have options, guys. How long would it take you to save $200,000 as opposed to how long would it take you to buy a house? You need a deposit of 5%, 2.5%, 3.5%. That's a couple grand. So going back to what it is you were asking about, what do you do with the money that you're saving? Down payment for a house. You get yourself a house. Start building generational wealth, because when you own that house, for however long you own a house and you pass away and you're gone, your kids them still have the house.
Right.
And then they have the opportunity to add to that house and get more and get more. And that's how we build generational wealth. And that's what going to make us rich and make us wealthy, as opposed to just being out here right or wrong, hovering the poverty line, guys.
I think we should call this episode Jewels and Gems. Emeralds of the Sea.
I like that.
And you don't know what Emeralds of the Sea is yet, but you're going to find out soon. You're going to be a Virgin Island just soon. You're going to figure it out. Don't worry about it.
You're going to take your Epstein Island.
Yeah, Epstein. I mean, we're going to take you around it. You don't have to go on. Epstein's gone.
We ain't going to show you his stamping ground.
Well, hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Caribbean Currency Podcast, where culture meets financial literacy. Of course, Kyle.
I know I get a lot of gems. I just preach to you. I really hope I can take this and just really.
No, I really do. I really do.
Too.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, this episode was basically about me. You know what I mean? And my shortcomings and failures.
There's a consultation.
But that's how we learn.
That's how we learn. And we wanted to point out here and expose it because people might see me on social media and think I get it all together.
I don't have it together.
You know what I'm saying? We trying and we forming a community of people who financially literate, and we could talk to each other and trying to change the culture in a sense of, in the Caribbean, we so close knitted in the sense of we don't want people to know our business. Like, oh, look, you should go consult with Kyle. But what's really stopping you is Kyle might be in your business now, and then that facade that you held up crumbles.
Exactly.
But bro, let it crumble because it ain't getting you no place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
that making you better?
Right.
You being able to say me want nobody in my business. Is that making you better?
You don't want to open an account with me because you don't want me in your business.
Right.
You don't want to get pre-approved for a house with me because you don't want me in your business. And I don't tell people, listen, I have money,
right.
I'm doing okay.
I'm minding my business.
Right.
I'm here to help you. If you're worried about me being in your business, then first of all, I don't even know nobody like that.
Right. Yeah, you want about the wrong things.
And then on top of that, like I have clauses in my contract confidentiality clauses? Anybody doing
Well,
business?
the thing about it is,
and
man,
even so, if the word on the street is, son, Kyle, run your business, what kind of business I gonna have?
Exactly. And the thing about it is, man, is your thoughts is a reflection of who you are.
Hey.
So if you're thinking like that, it's because you're probably talking other people's business. So you should check that first and understand that these gems are here for us and our children and our children's children, because you don't want my child to be a brokey walking the street and begging your son. Exactly. And I don't want your son to be a brokey begging my daughter. So us helping each other, sharing this information or applying to each other's financial services or mortgage services is really beneficial to our small community and the brighter diaspora. So once again, thank you for joining us and sitting in with us and listening to us laugh and talk and share gems and jewels of the emeralds of the sea, like I said before. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah, up, never down.
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast, I'm so fast.